Because you died with strong grasping.
Mēs esam tā kā izmisuši, jo esam nomiruši ar lielu...
So you've left that body.
Mēs esam
Karma of Robina finished.
ķermeni,
You don't remember anything, gone.
Mēs neko citu
Karma's finished. Petrol tank run out.
Degviela ir beigusies.
So but this intense grasping is still there.
Bet šī intensīvā
Kind
pieķeršanās
of looking for another basis of another eye, you know.
Un tā meklē citu es pamatu.
So in our case, we then suddenly, boom, you see your new mummy and daddy lying in bed in Latvia.
Un tad mūsu gadījumā mēs, teiksim, ja mēs...
And it looks so divine, and you run like a magnet.
Kā magnēti pievelkamies
So don't blame your parents, they're just lying there having fun, and you come along, you know.
Vienkārši māte un tēvs tur guļ, izbaudot procesu.
So your mind rushes into the settings.
Un tad jūs ieiet tajā spermā.
So off you go, new human being.
Un tad parādās
And actually, Buddha would say, if we really realise how hard we work just to get a human life, it would blow our minds.
Un Buddha teiktu, lai mēs saprastu, cik smagi mēs esam strādājuši, lai tiktu pie cilvēka ķermeņa, tas ir ārkārtīgi.
So that's just the first way karma ripens.
Tas ir pirmais veids, kā
They call it the fully ripened result.
To sauc par pilnībā nogriežu.
And the whole process of karma is incredibly intricate, you know.
Un viss karmas process ir
This is
ārkārtīgi
the
smalks.
simplest of simple, the principles of it.
Bet šie ir tikai pamat paši principi.
Yeah. So the second way your karma ripens,
Otrs veids, kā nogriezt karmu,
that is use the fisherman,
un atkal te parādās
is all your
makšķernieks,
tendencies.
ir visas mūsu tendences.
To be good at football, be good at music, be good at love, compassion, or in his case, good at killing fish.
Būt labiem sportā, mūzikā, futbolā vai šajā gadījumā zivju
And
nogalināšanā.
indeed, he had many good qualities. She said he was a kind man, very generous, very intelligent.
Un viņi teica, ka viņam bija daudz labu īpašību, viņš bija laipns,
But
inteliģents.
among many of his tendencies, there was this one, I mean, he had some negative, but this particularly negative one,
Bet no viņa negatīviem tendencēm šī bija spēcīga
to kill sentient beings.
nogalināt jūtošās būtnes.
So, what happens is this. He'd been in the lower, Buddha would say he'd been in the lower realms in the past, like animal, spirit, helping,
Ka viņš ir bijis zemākajās sfērās iepriekšējās dzīvēs,
which is the rebirth that you,
Elēs, garu sfērā, dzīvnieku sfērā,
which is the rebirth you would get if killing ripened at the time of your death.
kas ir tās pārdzimšanas, kuras jūs iegūstat, kad nogalināšanas rezultāts parādās
So
jūs brīdī.
so what happens at the time of death?
Kas notiek
Lots of
tajā brīdī? Daudz lietas.
There's especially powerful grasping, an intense sense of grasping, very strong attachment into the sense of self.
Ārkārtīgi spēcīga pieķeršanās pie es sajūtas.
And this, I mean, again, it's a highly complex process, apparently.
Un atkal tas ir ārkārtīgi
And this
komplekss process.
grasping activates, even when it's virtue, whatever the habit is most strong in the mind.
Šī pieķeršanās, peršanās tā aktivizē spēcīgāko ieradumu, kas ir jūsu prātā.
So we can say in our case, the fact that we've got a human birth means virtue was the one that was right, it was nourished, and that's the one that programmed our mind, put it on autopilot.
Un mūsu gadījumā, tā kā mēs esam cilvēki, tas kas nobried miršanas brīdī, bija tikumīgi.
But in the case of, let's say, the fisherman,
Bet makšķernieki
he got a
gadījumā,
human birth.
viņam bija
It
cilvēks.
could have been as an animal or something, or could have been as a, you know, but the karma, like your dog, you know, maybe you got a dog and it dies, and somehow that virtuous karma as the time coming after it pops up, and then boom, it goes to a human birth. It's possible.
Sunim miršanas brīdī ir bijusi novēlīga karma, tad tikumības karma, tad viņš var pārdzimt kā cilvēks.
Anyway, for the fisherman, the throwing karma was virtue, he gets the human life.
Tad makšķerniekam arī metošā karma bija tā.
Then the second way his karma ripens, like us too, is all your tendencies,
ķermeni, bet otrs karmas nobriešanas veids
your
ir
characteristics,
mūsu
your
raksturības,
personality traits.
mūsu raksturiesības.
So one of his was the tendency to kill fish.
Un viņa raksturiezīme bija nogalināt
And
zivs.
so all these tendencies
Un viss šīs tendences
are like, first of all, straightforwardly are simply habits of having done something like that in the past.
ir vienkārši ieradumi, ka mēs esam darījuši kaut ko līdzīgu pagātnē.
But also they're like residual results of the main karmas.
Bet savukārt tie ir arī noteikti kā rezultāti
So
iepriekšējiem.
there's, let's say this fisherman was born in the lower realms in the past as a result of killing.
Un teiksim, ka šis makšķernieks bija pārņemts
But
zemākajās
eventually
sfērās.
that petrol tank ran out.
Bet tad šī karma tagad vēl
Karma's
izbeidzās.
like certainly put a certain amount of petrol in, you get a certain amount of mileage out of it.
Karma ir gluži kā degviela, mēs noteikti degvielas daudzumu varam pabraukt noteikti ceļu.
And then he gets the human birth as a result of another virtuous karma ripening.
Un tad noteikti ciņīgas karmas rezultātā.
But he hadn't purified all aspects of killing.
Cilvēcisko pārņemšanu, bet viņš vēl nav attīrījis visus
Crucially,
aspektus.
he hadn't made a determination never to kill again.
Un faktiski viņš nebija veicis apņemšanos vairāk nekad
And why
nenogalnāt.
would you?
Un kāpēc?
Even most humans kill something.
Pat vairāks cilvēku kaut ko
Most
nogalina.
religions say it's cool to kill animals.
Un vairums reliģijas saka, ka ir nežēlīgi nogalināt.
So there he is.
Kad nogalināt dzīvniekus, tas ir ok.
Ir ok,
So there he is, he's got a human life.
Tad viņam ir šī
Many tendencies. One
pārņemšana,
of which is the instinct to kill.
daudz tendences,
Then what happens is
nogalināt.
this, and he's got attachment and aversion, all the normal delusions of a normal person.
Viņam ir visi ierastie maldi, kā
And then what happens is, killed many beings in the past.
pieķeršanās un tā tālāk, un viņš ir nogalinājis daudz būtu
So then suddenly he's a little boy, and he's born near the river, I think it was.
Un tad pēkšņi viņš ir mazs puika, kas
And
piedzimst
one day
pie
he
tām
sees
upes,
fishing.
un viena no lietām,
And that like awakens the habit.
un tas atkal pamodina
It's like Mozart seeing the piano.
Tas ir gluži kā Mocarts ieraudzīt klavierus.
It triggers the memory,
Vienkārši tas izsauc
We're all
atmiņas.
like this, whatever external condition
Vienkārši tas ir
triggers the imprint of that habit in the mind.
šis ārējais apstākļus atkal
And so,
parādās
because he had the imprint to kill,
kā ieradums.
it didn't rise in his mind till he saw fishing.
Un šis ieradums
You've got to have the external condition to ripen the karmic seed.
neparādījās, līdz nebija šis ārējais apstākļus makšķerēšana.
So because he got the habit to kill,
Un, ja ir šis ieradums nogalnāt,
instantly attachment grabs hold of it,
uzreiz pieķeršanās tam
makes it look really delicious.
varās klāt, pārspīlēt
He gets really excited,
viņš kļūst
feels really nice,
jūtās ļoti labi,
it looks good.
izskatās labi,
So because he got a good feeling,
un tā kā viņam rodas labi
and look
sajūta,
at us how we all are,
un tāpat arī
whatever
visiem,
triggered it,
lai kas to izsauc,
oh, that must be good.
labi, tam jābūt
Oh, I must go
labam.
fishing.
Man ir jādodas
So he spent his
zvejo.
life fishing. He was a professional fisherman, his mother said.
Un tad viņš pavadīja visu savu dzīvi kā profesionāls
Completely
makšķernieks.
attached to fishing.
Tad bija pilnīgi
And this is the
pieķeries.
point about attachment.
Un tas ir attiecis
You know yourself.
pieķeršanos. Ir
It's
jāpazīst
not just
sevi.
liking something.
Tas nenozīmē, ka
The
mums kaut
more
kas patīk.
attached you are to something,
Jo vairāk mēs
the
kaut
more
ko
you think
pieķeramies,
about it all the time.
jo vairāk mēs par to domājam visu laiku.
We all know. Food, sex, whatever it might be.
Tad mēs zinām, gan
It's
attiecībā
in
par
your mind all
ēdienu,
the
par
time.
seksu.
And you're having fantasies about it, thinking about it, wanting to get it, remembering having had it, yearning to have it again. We never stop. The mind goes just writing its novels all
Mums
the
ir
time.
fantāzijas par to visu laiku. Mēs atceramies, kā tas bija, mēs fantāzējam par to, kā tas būs.
So of course, he totally identified with fishing.
Un tad viņš totāli identificējās ar makšķerēšanu.
He thought, and of course, because it triggered a good feeling,
Un viņš domāja, tā kā tas izsauca labu
the
sajūtu,
logic is it must be good.
loģika arī jābūt tādai, ka tas ir
And
labi.
of course, the world didn't complain because the world thinks, at least American world thinks fishing is cool.
Un pasauli nesaudzējās, jo vismaz amerikāņi domā, ka makšķerēšana
So imagine the poor conflict in his little mind if he was attached to killing poodles.
Un, piemēram, ja viņš būtu pieķēries pie domas par pūdeņu nogalināšanu,
He'd be hanged straight away in America.
viņu uzreiz pakārtām.
Can you imagine?
Vai jūs varat to
He
iztēloties?
had to do it at night, in secret.
Jums ir jādara tas naktī, pa
It's
pusoli.
not serious then. Just those, poor little fish. Not just as well. Poor little fish.
Ak, nabaga zivis.
But the other point is too, because the world says, oh, it's peaceful, it's nature.
Bet dabas pasauli saka, ka tas ir
Well, of
dabiski.
course it's peaceful. The fish don't have a voice. They can't shout and scream like pigs do.
Un tas ir mierīgi, bet tas ir tāds, ka zivīm nav balss saišu, viņas nevar kliegt.
And you just dry the little bodies up until they can't wriggle anymore.
Un,
They die peacefully as far as we're concerned, because we don't see their poor tortured mind.
un mēs neuzskatām, ka viņas cieši, viņas vienkārši tur izžūst.
And this is the other point about attachment.
Un tā ir nākošā lieta
He was
attiecībā pieķeršanos.
totally attached to fishing.
Viņi bija ārkārtīgi pieķeries
Identified with fishing, being a fisherman.
un identificējās ar makšķerēšanu.
Even called himself salmon.
Viņš pat sauc sev par lasu.
Complete fantasy. I'm a bit mean now, this is how attachment works.
Un tā tas darbojās.
So he only ever thought it was good.
Un tad viņš vienkārši domāja, ka
And
tas
this is
labi.
the worst suffering.
Un tas ir vissliktākais.
Because he had this fantasy of what fishing was.
Jo viņš dzīvoja savās fantāzijās.
He was
par to, kas ir
completely
makšķerēšana.
blind to the suffering of the fish.
Un tādējādi viņš bija pilnīgi akls pret dzīvu ciešanām.
So his mummy told me that she went fishing with him one time. She couldn't bear it, but she pleased him by going one time. He always asked her to go,
Un tad viņa māte man teica, ka kaut arī viņai tas ļoti nepatika, viņa tik un tā devās piespied sev doties
And
viņam
he was
līdzi.
an intelligent guy.
Viņš bija inteliģents
But
vīrs.
he never saw suffering.
Viņš tik un tā nekad
He
nepamanīja
simply couldn't
ciešanas.
see it.
Viņš nespēja tās
He
ieraugt.
just saw flapping fish.
Viņš vienkārši redzēja
I
zivs.
remember when my uncle, Stasis Akashauskas, he'd do his fishing,
Sorry?
My Stasis, my uncle, Stasis.
Mans
Stāstīja.
onkls, arī sveiki.
When he would do all the fishing. And I never thought about fishing. I never had a thought of fish.
Man nekad nebija neradās doma par makšķerēšanu.
And then I just, he lived by the river.
Un viņš dzīvoja pie upes.
Country in Victoria, near Melbourne.
Melburnā,
So you go fishing, and eel shooting, and duck shooting, and quail shooting, and chicken shooting, whatever you do,
Viņš devās gan putnu šaušanā, pīļu un citu, gan zukšu makšķerēšanā, gan,
anyway,
ja varētu arī
I remember one day after sunbaking by the river, that's what I went to the river for, to sunbake.
Tad vienu dienu, kad es biju devusies sauljoties uz
And he chucked out this bag of fish.
Tad viņš izvēlas savu
And I saw them all wriggling.
Un es redzēju, kā viņš
I said, Stacy, they're still alive.
Un es viņam teicu, klausies, viņas jau
And he looked at me and laughed. What a stupid girl. He said, of course, that's how they die. I never realized. I was shocked.
Tad viņš teica, protams, viņš smējās un teica, ka tāds ir veids, kā viņas mirst. Es to nebiju iepriekš tā sapratusi.
This is how karma works.
Un tā
Habit,
viņa
habit.
karma darbojas.
Hang on, I'm not finished the story yet. I'll shock you yet. Wait. Okay, so there he is with the habit to kill. He runs like a magnet.
Un te viņš ir ar savu ieradumi.
Thinks about it all the time.
Domā par to visu laiku.
Thinks it's good.
Domā, ka tas ir
But
labi.
guess what?
Bet uzmanīgi.
What if no fish came to his boat? He'd be in big trouble, wouldn't he? He wouldn't call himself a fisherman.
Ja zivs nenāk pie viņa laivas, tad viņš nesauc.
He has to have fish collaborating with him.
Viņam ir jābūt zivīm, kas
Who
ar
will
viņu
come with
sadarbojas.
their mouths open for his bait.
Kas nāks ar atvērtām mutītēm.
And who are they?
Un
Sentient beings he's killed in the past.
tās ir jūtošās būtnes, kas ir
They would not be fish if they hadn't created the cause to be killed. Not possible.
Tās nebūtu zivis, ja viņas paši nebūtu
So they
būtnes, kas
come
nav
running to
radījušas
his nets,
nogalināšanas.
running to his bait.
Kas vienkārši tādā veidā skrien uz viņa
They
laivu.
are one of the main causes of why he's a good fisherman.
Un viņas tādā veidā arī iemesls, kāds viņš ir labs
I
makšķernieks.
did go fishing once to try and impress a boyfriend.
Es reiz devos makšķerēt, lai
He was pulling him in like crazy.
iespaidu
I
uz savu
couldn't get one
draugu.
fish
Viņš vilka tās iekšā kā traks, bet es
because I had no fish and had to come and kill by me.
Jo nebija nekāda zivju, kurām būtu karma, kad es viņu būtu nogalinājis.
So anyway, what happened was
Tad jebkurā gadījumā
he drowned, scuba diving.
viņš nomira.
And of course his mother always thought, oh well, he died doing what he loved.
Un, protams, viņa māte domāja, ka viņš nomirs darot to, ko viņš mīl.
Excuse me.
Atvainojiet.
You're happy, you're thinking, oh, I'm drowning, doing what I love. I don't think so.
Vai jūs mirstat tā laimīgā domā, tagad es laimīgi mirstu darot to, kas man patīk. Nu, tā ir maģiskā domāšana.
Maybe even the fish killed him, who knows?
Varbūt pat dzīvs viņa domāja, kas zina.
Anyway, the point is, she said to me, I wonder where he's reborn now.
Viņa man jautāja, kur viņš tagad pārdzemis.
And I said, well, go and ask Latvia.Riga.Ganden.Ven.
Un es viņai teicu, pavaicāju,
It's an amazing old drama.
Tas bija
Friend of Latvia, she's from Sarah J. Monastery.
neticami labs vecs Lamas iešī draugs no
Who spent 30 years in the mountains,
kas bija pavadījis gadiem
naked,
kājas
a little hole in the wall,
kalnu
Okay.
iedobā,
no clothes,
alā,
No
bez
food.
drēbēm, bez
no
pārtikas,
sleep.
bez miega.
Lama Zoba said he lived in Latvia.Riga.Ganden.Ven's Pure Land.
Lamas apteicis, ka viņš dzīvoja
Amazing whole thing.
neticami svēta būtne.
Anyway, they all said he was, highly realised, clairvoyant, bodhicitta, emptiness, all this.
Un visi par viņu runāja, ka viņam ir augstas realizācijas, bodhicitta, tukšums.
And Lama Yeshe, who founded Courtin, when he passed away,
Un Lama Yeshe, kas atrada viņu Courtin'ā,
Lama Yeshe, suddenly this Lama popped up out of nowhere.
pēkšņi šis kaut kur parādījās nenokļūt.
And so he stayed there till he passed away himself in 2001.
Un pats viņš Itālijā.
Nē, viņš pats midinājās Courtin's klosterī līdz brīdim, kad viņš nomira.
Jā.
Thank you. So then, anyway, Lama Zoba said, when Lama Yeshe passed away, all the smiles at Courtin went away.
Un Lama Zoba teica, ka nomira Lama Yeshe, tad visi smaidi Courtin'ā acīs.
And when Geshe Lama Kontrok came, all the smiles came back.
Un, kad parādījās Geshe Lama Kontroks, visi smaidi atgriezās.
So people all loved him.
Un cilvēki viņu mīlēja.
He was a really wrathful thing, though. He scared the life out of me.
Bet viņš bija visnotaļ
He was
biedējis.
very tall for a Tibetan.
Viņš bija ļoti garš
And can you
priekšstats.
imagine you living in the winter in 6 foot of snow, naked? You'd be a bit rough looking, wouldn't you?
Un, ja jūs dzīvotu ziemā, augstumā, kājas, tad jūs
So it
izskatīsiet
sort of looked like a country bumpkin, They couldn't see a great yogi there. They couldn't see Vajrayogini. They saw a country bumpkin.
Country bumpkin?
An old kind of rough country fellow,
Okay.
peasant.
Tad parasti iedzīvotāji tajā ielā uzskatīja viņus par lielu meditētāju
All the lamas
laucinieku,
adored him.
bet visi lamas viņu dievināja.
So anyway, I said, go and see Geshe on the contract, ask him.
Bet tad es viņai ierosināju doties un satiec viņu.
And they never tell you what they see. They usually never direct and say what they see with their clairvoyance.
Okay, un viņi parasti lamas tieši nesaka, ko viņi redz.
But he was very direct.
Bet viņš bija ļoti tieši.
So she said, she asked where he was reborn. Where is he now?
Un viņa vaicāja, kur viņš tagad pārdzimis.
So he scans his mental computer.
Un tad viņš skatīja savu mentālo
And he said, oh, first of all, he was born in the animal realms.
Vispirms viņš pārdzima dzīvnieku sfērā.
And now he's in the hell realms.
Un tagad Elsu sfērā.
I know, it's not funny. Anyway, she said, oh, what did I do for him?
Un viņa vaicāja, ko es darīju viņa labā.
And Geshe said, kind of sadly, he said, what do you mean for him? He said, for everybody.
Un Geševā teica, un ko tu domā palīdzēt viņam? Palīdzēt visiem.
So, she said it was actually very good for her mind to hear this. Helped her a lot. She's not a Buddhist, but it really moved her to have compassion for suffering sentient beings.
Un viņa nav budista, bet viņa teica, ka dzirdot to, tas viņai ļoti palīdzēja izjust līdzjūtību.
Now clearly this view is extremely different from the materialist view. I can't disagree.
Un, protams, tas ļoti atšķirās no ierastā materiālistiskā uzskata.
So, you know, it's up to us whether we take this view as our working hypothesis.
Un tas ir atkarīgs no mums, vai mēs pieņemam to par savu darbu.
So the answer to your question is,
un tad atbildes tavu jautājumu.
in fact, to make you really depressed now,
Patiesībā, lai padarītu tev
the Lamas would all say, all the holy beings say, in the teachings, the Buddha would say, that the vast majority of people who are human right now
Lamas mācībās teikt, ka vairums no cilvēkiem, kas ir cilvēki šobrīd,
will be born in the lower realms.
Pārdzim zemākajās sfērās.
Because negativity necessarily ripens as suffering,
Jo negativitāte
and
rezultēs
virtue
kā
ripens as happiness.
un likumība rezultēs kā laime.
So there are 4 tracks of karma.
Un ir 4 karmas ceļi.
Trillions of karmic inputs in the mind.
Triljoniem karmas.
All impacting upon each other, all working away, doing their own trip.
Dažādas karmas, kas dažādi ceļi.
There's no one sticking their nose in like a scientist making things happen. They don't need an external environment, external person to make it happen.
Nav nepieciešams ārējais cilvēks, kas liek tām parādīties.
So one way is the karmic ripple, the main one ripens before you stop breathing, the one that will determine an expert.
Un viens karmas veids parādās, kad jūs nomirst, tad, kas nosaka jūs
The next one are all the karmas that come together to produce your personality, your tendencies, your characteristics.
Tad otrais veids ir, kad karma formē jūsu personību.
The next one is all the sentient beings, your environment, who you meet, the rat in your house, the ants in your house, the cockroaches, the mother, the father, the rapist, the murderer, the lover, the rich person who gives you, the one who hates you, the one who steals from you, whatever it might be.
Trešais karmas noturēšanas veids ir visas tās būtnes, kuras jūs satiekat, pelēsi žurkas jūsu mājā, cilvēki, ar kuriem jūs esat kopā un tam līdzīgi.
Okay. And the 4th way, they even call it environmental karma.
Un 4. veids ir vides karma.
Which is the way the very physical world itself impacts upon you.
Un tas ir tas veids, kā fiziskā pasaules jums iedarbojas.
You'd be born in some stinking country with, you know, war zones and garbage and violence and smelly and ugly and yucky.
Jūs varat pārdzimt valstī, kurā notiek karadarbība, kurā ir atkrituma dedzināšana un tā tālāk. Un tur ir
or even you'd be born in a nice city, but you live in a stinky, rotten house that's mouldy in the winter and freezing and, you know, boiling in the summer, you know.
Vai arī jūs varat pārdzimt jaukā pilsētā, bet dzīvot nelāgā mājā, kur ir augsta ziemā, cepina vasarā un smirda. Vai arī jums var būt tendences daudz slimot.
I mean, look at all these environmental illnesses now. People who eat dairy, people who eat peanuts.
Un ir ļoti daudz šo ar vidi saistīto alerģiju, dažādu slimību, kas parādās cilvēkiem.
The very way the environment impacts upon you.
Tie ir dažādie veidi, kā
all the sentient beings you meet and how they treat you.
Cilvēki, kurus jūs satiekat.
All your own tendencies.
Visas jūsu
tendences. And your very humanity.
Un jūsu pašu cilvēcību. Viss.
Main causes.
Galvenie iemesli.
Your past actions.
Jūsu iepriekšējās darbības.
Your states of mind.
Un prātstāvoklis.
Buddha says we're the boss.
Un Buddha saka, mēs esam galvenie.
Okay. Thank you. Got a question?
Yes.
We'll just get answered.
I wanted to ask about eating fishes because I'm 2 years vegetarian.
Yes.
And don't eat fish.
Yes.
Recently I had some health problems and some doctors had some conventional opinion that you have to eat a little bit some kind of fish or something like that. I wanted to ask about, is it also creating bad karma when you eat already dead fish? You know, it's standing there in the fridge.
Exactly.
It's not. You don't say, let's catch the fish for me.
Right.
it's already dead, and but it's also some kind of, maybe you are mistakenly seeing it.
I understand.
Nu, tā ideja par dzīvi neēšanu, piemēram, ir tas viedoklis, ka tomēr kaut kas ir jāēd un mūsu platuma grādos un tā tālāk. Un es saku, es jau neprasu, lai kāds noķer man to zivi, bet viņi jau lielākoties ir sasaldēti kaut kādu tur audzētavā, uzaudzētavā vai tam līdzīgi, vai ēdot, nu, piemēram, to zivis šobrīd neēdzis, bet pieņems viņu ēst. Es arī radītu caur to kaut kādas negatīvas iespējams.
Okay, so let's analyze how we create karma, how we do actions.
Tad vispirms analizēsim to, kā mēs radām karmu, kā mēs darām darbības.
So let's just use a simple example of an action called killing a mouse in your kitchen.
Par piemēru pelītes noslauktēšanu savā virtuvē.
So remember we talked yesterday about how you define actually what morality is according to Buddha.
Vakar mēs runājam par to, kā mēs varam definēt, kas ir ētika Buddhas izpratnē.
Non-virtue is doing an action that harms another.
Netikums ir, ja tas kaitē citai būtnei.
Not because Buddha says so,
Nevis tā, ka Buddha tā saka,
but because if we observe it, sentient beings don't like it.
bet ja mēs to novērojam, tad citām būtnēm tas nepatīk.
So that's what defines it as negative.
Tas ir tas, kas nosaka to, kā
This is
negatīvi.
now a crucial extra component.
Un tagad ir vēl būtisks komponents.
Looking at what it is that causes me to create negative karma when I do a negative action.
Palūkojoties uz to, kas ir tas, kas liek man radīt negatīvo karmu.
There's me with a mouse in my kitchen.
Tad šajā virtuvē ir es un peli.
So in order for any action to be a complete action,
Un lai darbība būtu pilnīga,
which will leave a seed in the night,
lai tā atstātu,
which will grow and grow and grow and produce many fruits.
Sākas pēdas prātā un radītu
And a
rezultātus.
complete action is one that will produce a type of rebirth.
Pilnīgi pabeigta darbība radīs pilnīgi pabeigta pārdzimšanu.
There have got to be 4 things in place.
Ir 4
The
lietas.
object has to be there.
Ir jābūt objektam,
Mouse
pelei,
has to be the intention.
jābūt nolūkam,
I have to do the action.
jābūt
And
darbībai.
the mouse has to die, strictly speaking, before me.
Un pelei ir jānomirst pirms
There's
manis.
always karma because it's looking at a complete action.
Vienmēr ir karma, bet mēs
Okay,
raugāmies uz pilnu.
so now, let's analyze intention. Let's break it down.
Tad analizēsim nolūku.
The normal reason, what's the reason most people in the world would kill a mouse in their kitchen, kill the rapist, drop a bomb on a country? What would be the normal reason in their mind? What normal delusion would it be that would cause them to want to do that?
Kas ir tas
Simple, what would it be?
Kas ir tas paratais
Anger,
nodomiem?
vengeance,
Tas
anger.
liekas
Simple,
labāk.
isn't it? There's 3 main delusions, Buddha says. There's many different packages. The root one is the ego grasping that clings to the sense of self, which gives rise to attachment and aversion. So clearly, the wish to harm is an expression of anger, isn't it? Obviously, if my hand goes out and does the job, that means the anger is pretty strong. Would you agree? It's logical. Do you not think?
Tad ir 3 pamatā piesārņotie skatījumi. Vienam tā ir, nezinu, tālāk izriet pieķeršanās un tā pārējie. Bet tas, kas liek mums darīt kaitēt pār citiem, ir dusmas.
Okay, so there's a mouse.
Tad tie ir peli.
And instant, without too much analysing, I'll go, oh, bloody mouse. Well, we say in Australia, we say that.
Bez lielas analīzes es teiktu, ak, tu draņķi peli.
Whatever you say, right? Politely and properly. And how dare that mouse be in my kitchen?
Kā šī peli uzdrīkstās būt manā virtuvē?
So basically my attachment wants a mouse-free kitchen.
Mana pieķeršanās ļaus ietilpt bez pelēm.
I meet the mouse.
Sorry.
I meet the mouse.
Es satieku peli.
Aversion arises.
Parādās.
And because it's the worldly view, kill the mouse.
Un tā kā tas ir pasaulīgs skatījums, tad
Nobody
jānotiek
cares.
peli. Kur tas
So
uztrauc?
that's normal behaviour.
Tā ir parasta
So
uzvedība.
then I kill it,
Tad es
and then it
viņu
dies.
un tad viņi nomirst.
Okay, so now let's I'll forget everybody's name, but please forgive me in that, it's so embarrassing. But I have to ask you again what your name is.
Guido.
Who?
Guido.
Guido.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't see your words. Never mind. Let's say Guido has a mouse in his kitchen.
Tad pieņemsim, ka Guido virtuvē ir peli.
Okay. Guido has a mouse in his kitchen, and Yanni has a mouse in his kitchen.
Jānim arī ir.
Remember my boyfriend.
Savu draugu.
He has a mouse in his kitchen. Now listen to
Viņam
this
arī ir
one.
peli virtuvē.
You see the mouse,
Tu redz peli.
and you go, "Oh, poor little mouse! I hurt it. I didn't mean to. And it's got mangled legs. Let's say, you stomped on it. You didn't mean to."
Un tu saki, ka ak, nabaga pelīte, viņai ir sakopjots kājas, es tā negribēju.
Oh, I must kill it.
Man ir jānogalina.
And then you kill it,
Un tas
and it dies.
Un tā nomirst.
Now he's got a mouse,
Bet viņam ir
and
peli.
he doesn't even see it,
Un viņš to neredz.
and he stomps on it,
Un
and it
uzkāp.
dies.
uz tās un tā...
So that's 3 dead mice. Now they don't care why we killed them, they're not interested in the motivations, they're dead.
Ir 3 beigtas spēles, viņam nerūp mūsu motivācija.
Because he had no intention.
Tā kā viņam nebija
intention equals karma.
Motivācija, ko viņš
It cannot even be karma created. Impossible.
Viņš nav radījis
because
karmu.
intention is what karma means.
Jo tā kā viņam nebija noteikti motivācijas.
Your heart's full of compassion. What's compassion?
Tavā sirdī bija līdzjūtība.
The wish to help the poor little mouse.
Vienkārši palīdzēt, palīdzēt.
Then you kill it.
Now,
I'm not saying you actually help the mouse.
Es nesaku, ka tad īsti
And we need to look at that.
Bet vienkārši
That's another discussion.
Tā ir cita diskusija.
All we're doing here is looking at the karma we create.
Mēs vienkārši raugāmies tajā karmā, ko mēs vadām.
You created good karma. You truly wanted to help the mouse.
Labu karmu, vēlreiz palīdzēt.
Me, anger, negative karma. So a negative action is one that's determined by a negative motivation. It's really, stop laughing, you. He's laughing. You can laugh as much as you like.
Negatīvā motivācija, tā, kas rada negatīvu karmu.
You're with me, people. I mean, this is a simplistic example.
Okay,
so first that's one scenario, 3 scenarios to show difference in what's in the mind. This is again the meaning of karma, you know.
3 scenāriji, lai parādītu to, kā
okay,
tas, kas ir
so now, there's a lamb chop on your plate. You've gone to dinner with your grandma.
Un tagad tu dodies uz vakariņām ar savu vecmāmu.
And then intellectually you know perfectly well that a lamb chop was the rib of a little lamb gambling in New Zealand 6 months ago. You know that.
Un tad, teiksim, tu zini, ka tā jēra ribiņa piederēja jēram, kurš ganījās ganībās pirms 6 mēnešiem.
So now, let's look at this action, because everything we do with the mind is an action. It means action, intention, karma. So what's the name of the action here you're about to do?
Un tā kā viss, ko mēs veicam ar prātu un darbību,
what's the name of the action?
Kāda ir tā darbība, kāds ir tas nosaukums šajā gadījumā?
What are you about to do with this lamb chop?
Ko tu darīsi ar šo jēru?
What's the name of the action you're about to do with the lamb chop? Thank you, the action is called to eat. Say it, you eat, it's a verb. Action is a verb. I will eat the food.
I will eat.
Good, okay. Motivation for eating. Mostly, usually.
To feel good.
Attachment, dear. It's called attachment. Okay, it's very simple.
To give pleasant feelings to my grandmother because she's...
Okay, that's fine. That adds a bit of compassion to it. That's good. That's good. Make your grandma happy. That's good. That's good. Usually we eat because of attachment. Wouldn't you agree? Without thinking, you know?
Yeah.
So therefore it's a negative action of attachment. Not negative action of killing there in general. Let's keep looking.
Tad, ja tu grasies ēst jēru, tad droši vien ēšana parasti motivēs kaut kādu pieķeršanās.
And there's a million scenarios we can choose here. It's not the same. It's not a simple answer, good or bad.
Un te var būt miljoniem scenāriju.
Let's say you went to lunch at your grandma's.
Un teiksim, tu dodies pie vecmāmiņas.
And you said, I want you to kill the lamb in the backyard. I'm hungry.
Un tad tu var teikt viņai, nogalini lūdzu jēriņu, es vēl
She goes out there and chops its head off.
Un tad viņi dodās un nocēt viņam galvu.
Skins the poor lamb.
Un nodīrā viņu.
Then clearly that's a heavy duty action of killing.
Un, protams, tad tā ir visnotaļ smaga darbība.
Not motivated by anger. You didn't hate the lamb.
To nemotivēja dusmas.
You want to eat its flesh.
Vēlējies.
So you killed out of attachment.
Un tad tu nogalināji
and you caused your grandma to kill.
Un tu liki arī vecmāmai viņu nogalināt. Tas ir vēl sliktāk.
Or you buy the fish in the tank in this restaurant.
Vai arī tu nopērci zivsturu no...
So the fact is the fish will die anyway. Someone else is going to choose the fish.
Fakts ir tāds, ka zivs nomirst jebkurā gadījumā, kāds izvēlēsies.
One of the things we're looking at here is protecting ourselves from creating negative karma. That's the one thing we can have control over. We can't necessarily control sentient beings, what happens, can we? But we can control our own karma, which is really important for the first stages of practice, to protect yourself.
Tas, ko mēs varam kontrolēt, ir aizsargāt sev no negatīvas karmas radīšanas. Tas ir tas, ko mēs darām prakses pirmajos posmos.
So it's true. So another scenario is, you know, that let's say you're in a village, and it's small, but it's like killing it. You're in a village, and you know if you order, you know, that goat steak, that one extra goat will die. And you could, by not ordering, save that goat, even for a day. So you could help a goat for a day, but you know, again, it'll get killed tomorrow. So again, it's you protecting yourself from